Well, the UPS guy showed up with another box. It's always fun when the UPS guy shows up with a Gibson box. I will pause this for a second and magically be back when the top is ready to be pulled open. Now, I don't know if they actually did this or if this is something else, but that was the easiest box ever to open. I think they're not using as many staples, or possibly this box is just not as big because the case is not as big, so we'll just have to see how that plays out. But in here, there is a case that doesn't usually go with this model, so I'm sure that there's some story that one. Okay, we're gonna have to get this out. Give me a second. Wow, that was really stuck on there. I am gonna be surprised if there's not like sticky residue or something from this on this soft shell case, which I think is odd, like I said, because this guitar model just doesn't usually have a soft case. So in here sleeps a soft case for a model that usually comes with a hard shell. So somewhere along the line, they lost or decided against putting the hard shell case that this guitar came with in here. Now, maybe they just have a stockpile of soft cases. Though I will say this, there seems to be some wear on this part of the case right there. So this is almost looking like it might be a vintage version of this or just heavily used. What all's in here? Anything cool? Oh, there's our COA and the warranty evaluation with all that stuff. And look, the new kind of COA that they have. Kind of like the ones that had the whole fold out better, but you take what you get, right? See, now this is also the deal. Look at that number. Now I know Trogly just talked about this and it being one number shy of being the same over and over and over again. But I couldn't resist. Too many 2 zeros. And something else. Gibson, when they listed this guitar, listed it as a 2020 model. But if you do the math on this, right here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, that means it's a 22 model, 20th day, 200 stamp. So Gibson actually kind of listed it as a wrong year guitar, but you have to forgive them because there's so many 2s and 0s in that serial number. But in here sleeps a custom color classic guitar. Now these really are good, really good cases. And I don't know that I've ever noticed that this has I don't know, it sure looks like there's a zipper here, but maybe it's just for padding. Anyway, but in here is a Gibson Les Paul Classic in Enchanted Forest Burst. And it is a strikingly beautiful color. You can't really tell it when you're looking straight at it, but when you get it laying on its side, you can really see this blue around the outside edge here. It's harder to see, and it is definitely metallic. It almost makes me wonder if they sprayed it with a blue metallic or if there was something else that happened to this guitar. Of course, black hardware, dirty fingers in both the neck and bridge positions. Actually have some really good rosy redwood. Or rosewood fingerboard. And the back, actually, Gibson must have just a bunch of this like candy stripe looking stuff. I'm gonna put. So this is the first time I've seen this. That is a black. I can make it focus on it. That is a black strap button right there. I have never seen that before, so that's a new one on me. But now you can really see the blue outside edge of the guitar. And there's that serial number. Like I say, Gibson built this as a 2020, but doing the math, you can plainly see that that's a 22 model. Yeah, Gibson must just have like a surplus of this candy stripe looking wood to make necks with. Doesn't seem to be much movement in the wood, but it sure is pretty. Lots of minerals on there. There is, I'm not sure the camera will be able to pick it up, but there is a gold over spray, kind of a metallic sheen to this. So it's not just a green and blue. There's like a gold sheen. Can you see it right there? In that light, you can kind of see that gold sheen to it. So something else that I wanted to point out about this case, that remember we talked about the fact that the classics all came with hard shell cases. Well, this one has a soft case, but it's also missing the other side of this right here. So there's no way to strap this in like you would normally have on like a normal one. I'm gonna have to call Gibson or send them an email and say, hey, on that case you sent with this guitar, it doesn't have the second strap piece that goes across there, because that's really kind of a big deal in my world. I mean, I'm like I say, I might, like I say, we're going to do the playing demo here in a minute, but I just want, or a basic tone demo for, right now. But like I say, it's just something to think about, that was a, not only did they steal the original hard shell case, then they sent a case that didn't have all the straps. So just a little side note. All right, so I don't know if everybody remembers or not, but we had dirty fingers in, and I had personally forgotten this. We had dirty fingers in the Flying V when I had it, and those pickups were incredibly hot, and these are no exception. These dirty fingers are adjusted pretty flat. They're, just exactly what you'd normally think of a classic as having, but these guys at 10 on the front one, even on the front one, as far away as it is, and that's on the clean channel. Now, if you dial it back down to 6, it will clean up nicely. In the middle position, both of them dialed down to 6. And then the bridge with it dialed down to 6. But as soon as you dial both of them up to 10, it doesn't matter which position you're in. These bad boys will jump straight to a hardcore sound, a good crunchy sound, as soon as you turn them to 10, which makes it even more fun when you add crunch to the amp. Which makes me really wonder what would happen if we went to and added some boost to it. So, worth noting, this one does not have any of the classic push-pull tone stuff. It is a hand-wired CPA, and on the next demo I'll actually break open the back of it and show off the wiring that's in there to show if it's actually hand wired or if it's a PCB, because I'm kind of curious, since I think it was billed as a hand wired setup, if that's the case. But man, check out that blue and the gold sheen, and you can't make it do the gold sheen unless you're just the right light. But in bright sunlight, this one has a gold sheen that goes with the green and blue that is pretty impressive. And I'm going to have to really decide whether or not I'm going to keep this one or the other, I think it's the translucent cherry that is on the other classic mod, because this one's got a sound that's pretty impressive, and me having the modern means that the classic might just be up for sale. One of these two is going to go up for sale. I'm not sure which one, but like I say, maybe I'll just put it up there and see which one goes first. But anyway, 2022, well, what do they call it? Green, some kind of mystic green burst, but it's beautiful and it plays well, and I'm gonna put it up next to a couple of the other mod shops in a video soon to show off some of their work. Till next time.